by Stromboli Pizza Kitchen at the Fountains of Plantation.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It is a glorious day, and we are having a lunch special Lunchbox edition at our newest and very welcome to have him aboard. Newest sponsor, Stromboli Pizza Kitchen in the Plantation Fountains Shops. And I'm joined by Nick Maltese. Am I pronouncing right? Is
yes,
it Maltese?
Nick Maltese.
Maltese. And he has been the owner here at Stromboli Pizza Kitchen for a little while. He also is a restaurant veteran, and we're getting fired up in the Let's Eat South Florida group, 150,000 plus strong. We got Mike Lubitz working the production board, and there we go. We are getting onto the group. Welcome to the Lunchbox, Nick. It is a real pleasure to have you
Likewise,
on board. How are you today, and what's happening here at Stromboli's?
Well, we've been here. I've owned it for almost 4 years now. Been here since 1987. We serve Italian food, obviously. We have all different kind of dishes. We have pasta dishes. We have subs. We have salads. We have pizzas. We have we all kind of desserts, cannolis, tiramisu, etc. We make a lot of fancy pizzas. Margarita pizzas. We make grandma slices. We make chicken marsala slices. We make lasagna slices. We make chicken parm, paninis, portobello paninis, and we make a variety of stuff.
Yeah, and I love it because when I walked in here the other day, and it just reminds me of the kind of corner pizzerias, the pizza slice shops of my youth. And nowadays, there's so many things going on with there's these artisan pizzas, and you got all kinds of gourmet pies here.
Right.
But, a lot of these places now where you have to get a full pie. And this is an old-time slice joint. People come in here, and you have the 2-slice special for lunch, right?
2-slice specials.
Yeah, it's all good. And the other thing that you got here is the sheet here shows unbelievable because
the lunch specials are fantastic.
Lunch specials. I couldn't even believe it when I saw the flyer for the first time, but it says $8.95, where you get not just 2 slices of cheese pizza, but a fountain drink and a choice of either the pasta fagioli or the minestrone soup, along with the garlic rolls. And,
oh wow! Really?
Right?
No.
Oh no!
It's 2 slices of pizza and a fountain drink.
Okay. I misread it. It's
garlic rolls with pizza.
Okay, that's it.
How much bread do you want people to have?
But wait, I misspoke.
I know
sorry.
you missed. You're not eating a lot of bread these days.
And fountain drink for $8.95 is a good
Right.
deal. You get the pasta fagioli or minestrone
2
soup
nice big slices
with the garlic rolls, or that's another option.
Yeah,
and then
nice.
you got this whole list of pasta broccoli, baked ziti, stuffed
you get,
shells,
like,
spaghetti and
meals.
meatball. Like there's a choice of like 8 different entrees for $8.95, and it comes with the garlic rolls and the fountain drink. How are you able to do that?
We do it. We want to feed everybody well.
Well, what I thought was cool is too, when I got here, it was like just after 12, and I'm like, oh, they may be just opening up, whatever. They already had customers eating like just after 12. I'm like, wow, okay.
My guys
They
get
don't
around
mess around.
9:30.
Nice.
So now you're in the Fountains Plaza, which has been here a long time. Obviously, there's a lot of things around, but you're kind of nestled in a corner here. It's people still are able to obviously easily
They
find
know that,
it.
yeah. They know the name. It's been here, like I said, since 1987. And people know the name.
So give me a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up? How'd you first get into the restaurant business?
So I was born in New York in the Bronx. Moved here when I was 10. We moved we moved to Baby Drive in Oakland Park in Fort Lauderdale. My dad had a deli there called Rotoni's Deli, Italian deli. Italian deli, it was a delicatessen, small place. And he sold that. We moved to Plantation. He had a place called S&S Meats, which was there since 81 to 87. Was one of the biggest delis around. It was a delicatessen, grocery store. And he sold that, and we moved to a spot on 44th Street in Pine Island called A&S Meats Prime Deli, which we had catering. We had, that we had produce. That we had a major bakery there. We had delicatessen, seafood, groceries. That was a very, very, very busy place. We made our own Italian sausage. We made our own fresh mozzarella.
Nice.
We, all our own prime beef, porterhouse steaks, pork chops, the whole line of stuff.
Yeah.
And we did it for years and years and years. And then from there, we had a place called Bronze Cafe Italian Restaurant, which was big Italian restaurant. Serve all kind of Italian food, pizzas and such and such. And we sold that and moved on to another pizzeria, which was on Tamarack, called A&S Pizza Pasta Subs.
Okay.
And we started that. That was well. We sold that, and then we moved on. And I went in the equipment company business.
Okay.
So I sell restaurant equipment.
Interesting.
So, as a restaurant equipment salesperson, you are obviously you've been around. You've dealt with a lot of different restaurants,
Yes.
restaurateurs, and I guess the nice part about being the restaurant equipment guy, one of the sayings I always hear is like the bread man gets paid last. I think the restaurant equipment guy gets paid first.
We
Right?
got to get paid first.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta
They're
get
not
paid.
dumb. They're like, you're not having a restaurant without me.
That's right. Yeah. We got to get paid. And so in our restaurant equipment company, that we do a full service. So we basically sell equipment. We sell any kind of hood systems. Any kind of installations. We do repair services. So any kind of refrigeration services, walk-in coolers, ice machines, any kind of bar stuff. Everything. Everything gets fixed.
You can give a plug for that if you want. The
Yeah, why
name
not?
and that.
We
Because
deal
we
with
do have a
restaurants.
lot of people in the biz that are watching the show.
And we have a hot side too that we do. We fix ovens, fryers, stoves. Any kind of kettles. Any kind of pizza ovens. Any kind of bagel ovens. So we have a hot side as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that the name of the company
It's
is
Maltese Restaurant Equipment.
So if anybody out there is in the biz and you need any kind of equipment or repairs of equipment, how do they
yeah,
find you there?
They can, we do a lot of times, just on Google. That we're on Google, but I mean, we've been around almost 11 years.
So
Oh,
just
wow.
Google Maltese equipment.
Restaurant Equipment.
Yeah, got it.
And we have a big website. So
That's-
MalteseandCo.com.
So what is it about the business that attracted? I mean, obviously your, dad was in it. A lot of times,
No, I was going to say it makes people
the next
run.
generation runs the other way.
I know.
What happened?
How I
with you?
got back in this business,
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
Stromboli here, was that these people were my customers.
Okay.
Joanne was about 74 years old. Her daughter was the owner. She ran it, and I would come here. Once a week. I would help her out, and I'd see her in the back. She was just old. She was getting old, and she wanted to sell it.
Mm.
And they said, if we sell it to anybody, it has to be you guys.
Oh,
It
wow.
has to be me. She knew I could take the brand up. She knew I could. She knew I could do. I could do a lot of work here, and it was during COVID.
Oh,
And I
geez.
really didn't want to do it. I'm like, it's COVID right now, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to take my, I was busy at the time, because the equipment company was very busy. And I went back and forth with them, and I finally bought it of 2020 of August. I bought it.
Oh, prime time.
Right
Prime
in the
time.
middle
Prime
of it.
time good.
Prime time.
But
It's-
I'm going to say because pizza
This is
places and takeout places
boomed.
actually
It was a good time.
It was counterintuitive. I mean, a lot of people, obviously, a lot of restaurants
Wow, look at this.
Oh, you're
face
being
tremendous
mean.
challenges,
See,
but pizza places, which were, box up, carry out, delivery anyway, it was boom times.
It was a
even though
boom time.
Yeah.
And, I wanted for a challenge. The place wasn't doing that well. So I took it to the next level as far as, bringing different kind of food in here, different kind of service. I was living here for about 2 years straight. I was here nonstop every day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, I boosted the business up. I actually tripled the business.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it definitely tripled in almost
Well,
4 years.
Well, how have you noticed it? I'm sorry, Mayo.
Go ahead. Go,
How have you noticed because again, it's so funny. My wife works in the tech world, and that was another industry that boomed really well during that period. But they sort of took that as the new norm when a lot of people were smart were like, this is just for now. We'll see what happens.
Right.
How have you seen business regulate or change since we've come back to more normal times?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta know what you're doing. I mean, it's just a matter of knowing what you're doing. And as far as us, I mean, that we brought different quality here as far as food.
Okay.
Good tomatoes. Just having good cheeses. using the best of flour.
Well, you guys are creative too. Like a lot of
that's
mom
a chicken
and pop
marsala pizza.
small
Chicken
pizza places.
marsala, square pizza,
And again,
kind
you're
of a
being
thinner,
mean
not
Thinner
to me.
crust.
Thinner
That's a
crust.
margarita
I
shell.
think you're being freaking mean, Mayo.
No. Because look, I always go back to Brooklyn. He's a Bronx guy. I won't hold it against him
No,
too
to me,
much. But
you're being mean to me.
oh yeah,
It's Passover, and
Oh,
look at this freaking pizza.
yeah,
Like,
not
that's
only-
not
We got
even
something.
nice.
We got
not only is it Passover, Jim Sarney, and he's on the mend, unofficial mascot of the Lunchbox. Let me know that today is Speak Like Shakespeare Day. So
Okay.
I'm going to say, quoting a little Romeo and Juliet, I'm going to say, "Leavened bread, oh leavened bread, wherefore art thou leavened bread?"
Right,
That's
freaking
what
here.
he's saying. I'm saying the pizza's right here. Remember the days you said you would? Oh, look, now we got the
Carbonara,
pasta
look at
I
too.
eat pasta.
Now, Lubie has his own rules, even
Well,
though
I've never done this, but I'm not going to come here and watch
look
you
at this.
stuff your
Come
face.
on.
This he's
how's
got
it
a
look?
big bowl of the carbonara.
Rigatoni
Rigatoni
carbonara.
carbonara.
This smells great, and that it looks beautiful. This is the grandma pie,
Grandma
classic.
size.
This is the chicken marsala pie. Again, the Sicilian slices of
thicker
my
pizza.
youth was much puffier, and you see that now with some of the Detroit style pizza. But now you got this like
Those
thin
are all
crust.
Parmesan tomatoes, all Italian peeled tomatoes.
I
all
had this the
cappuccino.
other day. It's so good.
Okay,
And,
so wait, what's okay? So because I heard
and-
someone asking what style is this, and I heard
it's Italian American.
Sicilian. No, the
Oh.
pizza Sicilian. But you're right. It's thinner than a lot. So what?
It's a margarita shell, so it's it's a much thinner crust.
Okay, but you still would title it a Sicilian
No.
stuff. Okay,
No,
so
no,
what would
it's
you?
a margarita crust? So it's
Margarita.
It's a much
Margarita
thinner.
crust.
Yes.
You
Okay.
call it a thin square.
A thin
right?
square.
Interesting.
A thin square. It's thin and crispy.
Yep.
It's topped with premium toppings. I had the grandma slice the other day
So
when
that's
I
a
came
more
here.
sweeter sauce. So that's
Yeah.
Italian peeled tomatoes. It's got it's a much sweeter sauce.
Than your traditional
Yes.
regular pie.
Yep.
And this right here, we've got. Let's see if people can see it. Obviously,
Yeah, I'm gonna do a
a
whole thing.
beautiful
I'll do-
blanket of mozzarella Parmesan
they're going for it.
cheese
Oh, jeez.
on top of the chicken
Oh
parm.
God,
Look
they
at that.
brought like a bowl.
Is
of
that the
pasta
bowl you get
fish
for the
roll.
lunch special?
No,
No.
this
Okay.
is a dinner portion.
This is the
Oh,
dinner
okay,
bowl.
but that's
Dinner
still,
or lunch portion.
This is something
That's
that
like a meal.
could feed an army, I
I've
imagine.
never seen pasta visual like a
But we
meal
got
like that.
that's the pasta vegetable soup. And
Fantastic.
is this the lunch portion? The lunch special?
That's- yeah,
That is,
that's
this is
the
the
lunch
lunch
special.
portion.
So this
For
is what I'm talking
$8.95.
about. A lot of people now on the group, they're
Holy crap.
obviously price sensitivity. The economy is a thing. A lot of people are a
Chicken
little bit
portobello.
stretched. Look at that. That's a chicken
That's what Mike
portobello
wants.
panini.
Mike wants that.
I'm going to be
That looks
getting into
fantastic.
that with a big bite a little later. We're going to let everything cool down here a little bit, but I'm just amazed that again here at Stromboli in the Fountain Shop that for $8.95, and I've got a local
So
pizza
what's the
parlor.
dinner portion? Is it
Well,
like,
it's
is
much
it bigger
bigger.
than this?
Bigger. So again, when people say,
Wow.
I call this straight up classic red sauce Italian American pizzeria. You get all your big dishes. You get family stuff. Like you can come in here for dinner and probably get a couple. You either get a pizza or a couple
My
of
wife
plates,
and I could share that.
and you could share it, and you're going to have plenty to bring home and have leftovers and have another
Oh
meal
my
after
God,
that.
for
So the
sure.
value is incredible. I mean, $8.95 for a lunch special like this. I'm in my new Mike Moderation Mayo days, so I would only eat about like half of this. Maybe just have a little bit of a third of the pasta, and then I have another meal after that. You can't beat that for $8.95.
No, you can't.
How do you stay open?
I was going to say,
We stay open. We
we
do
need
volume.
you to stay open.
Volume,
We want to
volume.
keep coming here.
And not only do you do volume. Sorry, I'm tongue tied today. The other thing that I really liked when I came and visited, and we were talking a little bit, is just that I see piles of pizza boxes almost to the ceiling, and that means one thing: you do a really good takeout business, and it also means that you have your. I mean, I met the other day, John. You have your own delivery people.
We
You're
have our own
not.
delivery guys.
Tell me about that because that's become more of a rarity these days, right?
Yeah, we have 3 delivery guys. Monday through Sunday, from 11 a.m. to almost 9 o'clock at night. Weekends until 10, and we've been doing deliveries for 34 years here.
And again, since 1987,
Yep.
it means you're doing something right. Obviously, this area has grown tremendously. So
Yes.
all are, you're surrounded now by development. I imagine when it first opened, there was only some places to the, east and
Right.
townhomes and things. But
Mhm.
the fact that you have your own delivery people, and this is, again, I go back to my Brooklyn youth days.
Yep.
All the pizza shops had their own pizza delivery guys. And it assured quality and there was accountability. And these days with the third-party apps, the Uber Eats, the DoorDashes. Are you on any of
Yes,
those?
we're on all the apps. So we're on Slice, DoorDash, Uber Eats.
So you're available
Checkmate.
in all kinds of ways, but
Yes.
do you prefer people go through your own delivery?
I mean, yes, I do, but believe it or not, people, they want third parties.
It's so
Only because
why?
the zones of a delivery being 12, 13 miles.
Okay.
They can call Uber Eats or they can call DoorDash.
Well, and look, I'm going to tell you something my wife does. And again,
my wife does too.
She's a little younger, but I guess because she's gotten so used to using them, I'm like, we can just call them. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yes, it's a restaurant. You can call them and order food there, and then pick it up, or they'll deliver from there. And usually it's cheaper on the menu, and you don't have the fee. And
You're exactly right.
She's shocked. She's like, that's a thing? I'm like, yes, for like 50 years, that's how it worked in the restaurant business, and it still is there. So a lot of the time I will do that, because to me, I'd rather money go to you all than some service that jacks it up and actually sort of bashes as a system.
Yes. Well, and not only, I mean, when restaurants, obviously they love being, some of them need to be on the app, even if they don't love being on the app, because it's more visibility, more people are used to it. They have it loaded on their phones. However, restaurants, in order to offset the fees that are charged by the third-party apps, have different menu pricing on the apps.
Yes.
That, again, it makes it more of a value play for the customer to go direct to the restaurant.
It's probably
itself.
about 40% more if you do a third party.
Right. And the other thing is you lose control, that it's now in the hands of their drivers.
Yep.
And if you have a problem or an issue, and we see this all the time on the Let's Eat group. It happened the other day where somebody ordered something from a ghost kitchen, a place they didn't even know existed. And then they got something that was just not up to their standards. They tried to get a refund. Uber Eats refused, because possibly Uber Eats was operating that ghost kitchen. And when you're dealing directly with your own delivery people, your delivery people,
everything.
You can say, hey, what happened to this delivery? And, you know exactly what happened. And if there's an issue, then you'll maybe shoot something out there again if something was wrong, or how do you handle it? Or
we accommodate everybody. If there's a problem, I'm the first one, like I said, just take care of everybody. We don't want any, we want everybody happy.
So I always am preaching the virtues of going directly through the restaurant, call them directly, get there, especially if they have their own in-house delivery. You're doing them a favor, you do yourself a favor. It's gonna, it's gonna basically lead to a much better, happier experience for all. Usually, again, and the third-party delivery apps, I know they have their place.
No, they look. I found one of our sponsors that we love, one of our early sponsors, Wicked Cheesesteaks, because we were out west and they popped up one day. And again, Brian to this day remembers, because no one from west, north, Coral Springs orders. They're off of U.S. federal and commercial. So they have their purpose. But to me, if you can go directly to the place, that's always better for every reason.
Yes, of course.
So anyway, the bottom line is value and quality and service and delivery. You do have tables, indoors, outdoors?
Indoor, outdoor. So we have 40 seats outside, and we have about 35 inside.
And I guess percentage-wise, how much is delivery or takeout / delivery versus eat-in?
We're probably about 60% takeout.
Okay.
Oh, that's
that's
actually interesting. You still do about 40%.
Yeah,
in-house.
And again, it's very very bright and nice and clean in here.
Place is super clean. Yes.
And the other thing I loved also when I came in, there was this pile of cannoli shells, empty cannoli shells in a case that's right by the the front register.
Yes.
Tell me what happens and why are they empty and when do they get filled?
Because we make them to order.
Yeah.
So we have the shells in the case, so it's visible, so everybody can see them. And we have our cream in the back, and we stuff them as we need them.
You get a bag and you
stuff
fill
them
fresh.
You
so
pop them fresh.
When people are ordering them to take out or right here,
sell a lot of cannolis.
And that way the shell doesn't get
How do you not
soggy.
order cannoli?
Love it.
Sitting there like that.
I had to have one. I'm trying to avoid.
Appeal is buy appeal.
I'm trying to avoid my sweets, but when I see that,
yeah, but they're like sitting there.
The shells are saying "fill me."
Yeah, you have to get
and
at least one.
The whole case is saying "eat me,"
and then it's like a donut. Can you get one? So you have to get two.
I can't resist. I guess you mentioned, you get your cream from a local, well-known
We make
bakery.
our own cream.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
we
you do?
make our own cream here.
Okay.
The only we don't make is that we don't make the cannoli shells. Those come out a place up in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, that is good to know.
Yeah,
I didn't know. And you put chocolate chips in it?
Chocolate chips in it, yep.
Okay, and I guess that's the whole background with the A&S Deli
yes,
and
we
Market.
make Make them out of, impastata ricotta, some sugar, some vanilla extract, that we make our own cream.
How many times a week do you?
We make about 3 batches a week.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
No wonder why it tasted so fresh and good.
Everything's super fresh.
I love that stuff. I tell you what, let's take our first break.
Yes,
that way
sir.
I could reach out and get the plates
gonna go
and
make a
assemble
plate
a
together,
plate,
yes.
and I will. The pizza is now cooled off to the point where I'm not going to burn the roof of my mouth. Was
Yeah.
that always an issue for you growing up? Do you go to the pizza place, or did you fold it, and blow on it? What was the technique?
Yeah, we used to eat it.
You just
Fold a little bit.
It makes you a
blow it
little
out.
tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
We'll
little
handle it.
burn the roof of the mouth. It makes you
Oh, you man.
stronger. It's all good. No, I love getting that pizza that when it's in that
Man, when it's
beautiful
hot, is my
right out of the
favorite.
oven, hot and crispy, but you let it cool down a little bit. We're going to let it cool off a little bit here. But first, let me put in the good word for our friends over at Delaware Kitchen. Delaware Kitchen. I'm thinking kitchen equipment.
And
Delaware
supermarket.
Seafood and Chicken in Hollywood. Again, you talk about long-time places, legendary spots. It's at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. I got some of the goods for my first Passover Seder last night. The gefilte fish and chopped liver, even though we were there last week for a remote show with Gene, and he put out a great mock Seder or kind of a preview. Yesterday, my brother and sister-in-law went over there and picked up fresh gefilte fish and chopped liver for our holiday table, and then we completed it with some brisket from Grandpa's, of course, around the corner from me. We had a great first Seder, and that's what Delaware does. No matter what holiday or any occasion, or even if you're just entertaining friends, home cookout, watching some playoff games, and go Panthers tonight, they are the place to pick up whatever you need, whether it's the house-made sausages, the poultry, which you can't beat. That's what they're known for, along with seafood and fish. Beautiful display cases. They also have steaks, pork chops, whatever you need. Grab and go items like their roasted chicken, and also all the things in the fresh case, including the unbeatable fish dip, salmon dip, and this time of year they do have chopped liver for Passover. You want to go in there, DelawareChicken.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
This is Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, our inaugural and hopefully many additions right here from Stromboli Pizza, especially since I can't actually eat the pizza, so I'm going to live through Mayo. But I am looking forward to the rest of the great dishes here, as you should. Great lunch specials, great daily specials, and great more fun conversation with Nick right here at Stromboli Pizza on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Style slice. How about lunch specials for under $9 that come with garlic rolls and a fountain drink? I'm talking about Stromboli Pizza Kitchen in the Fountains of Plantation, 801 South University Drive. Since 1987, it's been home to Brooklyn-style pies and slices, heroes and paninis, pastas, and all your Italian-American favorites. It's got the unpretentious vibe of the pizza places of my youth with daily specials, family dinners, outdoor seating, eat-in, carry-out, or delivery. Open 7 days a week. Go to strombolispizza.com to place your order today. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We are at Stromboli Pizza in the Fountain Shops of Plantation, 801 South University Drive, just north of I-595.
Yep.
And we're with proprietor Nick Maltese. He's got his wife here. He's got his cute 4-year-old daughter here. Angelina is your wife. And we've got Juliana, cute as a button, running around with her red bow. What's it like? Oh, yeah, there she is. Now she's getting all shy. She wasn't
shy before, right?
Yeah, no. What's it like being in the restaurant business and also trying to balance a growing family?
It's tough. It's tough. It's a 7 days a week thing.
Yeah. Oh, we get you.
But we do it. We do it.
Yeah. But the nice part is, I guess your family's involved with the
They're all
businesses and
involved.
stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
they're here,
All
so
the
you
businesses are involved.
get to see them. All right, I got myself a plate. I took a bite during the break of this beautiful chicken panini with portobello mushrooms, and I guess I
Smoked
have
mozzarella now.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I love the panini bread is nice because it's pressed down, nice and neat, served with a nice little side cup of the marinara here, right? And I don't know if you're supposed to dunk or pour, but I'm going to go in for a little.
Eat it how you like.
Bite.
Eat it how you like.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Brush with herbs and garlic. What's up, Juliana?
Say hi. Say
Wave to
hi.
the camera's up there.
Say hi.
I've got my mouth full.
You do have your mouth full. So you brought out and we went through all the dishes. This one here you just brought out. Is
That's
this like
a chicken
caprese
cutlet
chicken?
ensalada. So that's chicken cutlet. It's got fresh bruschetta, fresh mozzarella, a glaze of balsamic, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So that's a plain chicken cutlet. It has all.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Ensalada.
We've
really
gone
interesting.
heavy on the chicken today, and I say,
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it, especially being filled with brisket and all kinds of barbecue meats over the weekend. Oh my gosh, that chicken marsala, what you call on that margarita style crust, that's delicious.
Good. Chicken marsala, fresh spinach on there, marsala.
Yep,
that's a great pizza.
That's getting it done. I'm going to dive into the grandma pie in a little bit. There's so much food. I don't know what to do. What is the biggest seller here? I imagine just pizzas straight up, right?
We sell a lot of pizza. We probably about 65% pizza. The other 35 is, it's probably food.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a big, a big selling pizza place.
So your wife was just talking about how, we know you were in the machine business, equipment business.
Yes.
And I guess you're still involved in that, obviously. And you're here. This is your passion product. What is the difference, project? What is the difference for you in running that business as opposed to running this business? And again, this being the passion project, is this where your heart is dealing with this, or how does that work?
I like to make people happy. When they tell me, when they compliment my food, that's more than money to me. It's that's my passion as far as making good food, being consistent, and making different kind of stuff. That's my passion, as far as doing that. The equipment company, I've been doing that for a long time. That's been my.
Well, the equipment company is
your bread's buttered.
I guess it pays the bills.
Yes,
but it's kind of a dry thing where you're selling equipment back and forth to restaurants. Right. But this, when you see families come in, when you see little kids come in, when
I want people to be happy.
You see them grow up. You see them eat the food. You see them smile and enjoy themselves. I guess that to me, is what drives a lot of people.
Of course, that's the pop. Yep.
Yeah. I guess, what do you do in terms of innovating or always trying to stay on top of the latest fads or trends? Do you
you seem very creative like this?
Yeah,
when you go to the slice joint, as May was talking about, they don't always take so many chances.
No.
And again, these are very smart. I mean, who's not going to want a marsala pizza? So it's not like, you don't know what you're doing. But again, I thought that was a bruschetta, right? Well, you did over chicken. I thought that was very interesting.
You got to be unique. Today, in today's day, you have to be unique. You have to be different. It's not just a regular pizzeria walking and having a slice. And we want to, we want to have varieties of things, and that's what we do. We want to have different kind of pizza slices, different kind of stuff, different kind of seasonings. We try to gain people's respect as far as having different stuff, because I don't want to be the same guy in town. Just making a slice of pizza.
Right.
We want to, us as Stromboli is that we're a different pizza shop.
Look, the food world has gotten a lot more sophisticated and complicated, and the expectations have grown in the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And like, when I was growing up, like you said, it was you go in, it was either a regular slice or a square slice, and you put your toppings of pepperoni or mushroom. But you didn't see the variety that you do today.
No, that's boring to me. That's
See, that's so it's
pizza.
made for you. This new era is made for you then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And being consistent. We're very consistent. We don't change it. Our recipes are the same. You come Monday or Tuesday or Thursday, it's the same pizza. Nothing changes here.
Yeah.
Consistency. That's where it's at.
Have you look? And we talked about the industry overall, and it's funny. The COVID times were tough on some, were better for others. After it's been the inflation times, right? We had people, especially restaurants, are talking about food prices. I have a buddy that owns a restaurant. You guys seem to have been able to stabilize yourself and have really good prices. You guys are just being really mean now. Like, I don't even think she's bringing pizza to bring pizza out.
So that's one slice.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, you guys are not even.
That's one slice.
You guys are amazing.
And I'm going in on the grandma square.
So that's
slice.
like old school. You don't see as big as your head slices anymore.
Big slices.
How are you guys able to deal with the price? You don't have to give your secrets away, but deal with the prices that every restaurant's having to deal with, and still be affordable, because these portions are freaking ridiculous.
Well, you got to pay for quality. I'm not saying I'm the cheapest guy in town as far as restaurant goes.
You're not the most expensive.
We're not expensive, but we have to get the right prices. You have to. Us using grande cheese.
Okay.
We use 100% grande cheese. We use Old Cucina tomatoes. We use all Trump flour. We use the best quality you could buy on a pizza. That's
when you've been in business a long time too, so maybe that
you have
and you could taste it. I mean, you can actually taste it. You can taste the quality.
I taste it right now. I took a bite of that grandma pie, and like you said, it's a San Marzano.
San Marzano tomato, Italian peel tomato.
A little sweet, but you don't add sugar, or
yes, we add sugar to it.
Do add a little sugar,
fresh basil
for the grandma pie only.
Yes,
okay, yeah, because that's kind of the style of it.
Chunk plum tomatoes, all fresh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful, delicious. I love that little bit of a thinner base.
Yes,
it's crispy, comes out of the oven. Beautiful. I mean, again, the nice little snips of fresh basil on top of that. That is a tremendous grandma slice.
Sell a lot of them.
Tremendous chicken marsala slice. You sell a lot of those because
a lot.
It looks very enticing when it's sitting up there in that display.
We sell a lot of slices.
I'm sorry, Lubie. Maybe you could take a couple of these home.
I will definitely be taking
put
it
it
home
in the freezer
because this
and
is
then
ridiculous.
next week after Passover is over,
I will be going
you
Stromboli.
will then see or be able to taste for yourself. You already can see for yourself how good this stuff is.
I just love that that's one of the slices. Like that, growing up, that's what a slice was, and nowadays even the quote unquote bigger slices aren't that.
No, on a 20-inch pie we get 6 slices of it. So 6 slices.
Wow,
I'm
have
thinking,
a 20-inch pie.
Even though I'm not supposed to be doing that, if somebody could, if Angelina, thank you very much, Angelina, is ably assisting, and this is perfect.
Look at that flop. Look at that.
This is warm.
The flop.
It's not too hot. I mean, it is what I consider the classic New York slice, where you fold it. You got to fold it a little.
That you have to fold.
It's true, but I'm going to do what I call
you're going to try
to do the Mayo big bite. Where
I don't even know how you can
fold it over. I'm going to try to put as much as I can of this beautiful looking slice. And again, I'm from New York. I fold my slices, and
you have to. I'm not a folder, and you have to. I don't know how you would eat that without folding it. Look at this.
Oh Mike, look at this.
Look at this guy.
How's it look? How's it look?
I'm sure your gastroenterologist is really happy watching that.
Oh, wow. That's perfect.
And
the
that
sauce
again,
on that.
That's a different sauce than you do.
Yes. That's a pizza sauce. It's we put a little sugar
sweeter.
in it.
Okay.
I could put this thing down in 3 bites, but I'm gonna.
Please don't.
You know
it's
what?
our first time here.
Give him a fork. Give him a fork.
I want to eat the whole thing. I'm trying to be better, but I can't resist. This is a perfect,
that's a nice
beautiful
slice.
New York style slice. It reminds me of my youth, and I can't help stuffing it in my face in the middle of the show. Nick, you've done it. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Oh man,
thanks for having me.
No, it's all good. I tell you what,
I think it's time for
Lubie, I think we're going to take another break before I eat everything in front of me, which would be bad for the, I'm on this new lifestyle. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight.
Nah, you're all right.
That's all right. I'll walk it off. Walk it off a little bit later. Let's take our second break. But first, I want to give a shout out to our friends at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. Yes. Downtown Fort Lauderdale location, 525 North Federal Highway. Our friend Kevin and Brandon, they do a tremendous job making sure everybody's happy, well-fed, well taken care of, and also well lubricated. The bar and the drinks that they have there, the bourbon and whiskey collection, they have their own house-infused spirits, that peach-infused whiskey. Are you a bourbon drinker at all there, Nick?
No, not really.
Okay, well, they do a pecan-infused.
But I'll go check it out.
They do a.
I'm actually not the biggest drinker like that, but theirs is more in line for someone who just wants to
check it out.
They have a pecan-infused whiskey sour that
really
they
nice.
do in an old-style champagne coupe glass with a nice little foam on top of it. It's become one of my favorite cocktails in town, and they got great happy hours going every day. They also have live music Wednesday through Friday. They have Whiskey Wednesdays on Wednesday that you get kind of some special deals and discounts and bottles. And they also have whiskey education classes on Wednesday evenings. And part of the proceeds go to some charities. They do a lot of great work with foundations that work with abandoned pet rescue, along with some children's funds. They are kind-hearted people, and better yet, they have the best Southern cuisine in town. You go for their weekend brunch, those biscuits, drop biscuits with the either the jelly or the sausage gravy. You can't beat it. And they also have things like fried chicken and waffles, shrimp jambalaya, shrimp and grits, all kinds of great stuff. Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. Go into Batch. There is free parking in the garage right next door on that side street. 4 hours free parking. It makes it easy to get in and out of there. Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Come back, more of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox from our first of many. Can't wait to keep coming back here to Stromboli Pizza here in the Plantation Fountains. More of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox after this.
An exquisite sushi experience. Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you.
Welcome back. We're here at Stromboli Pizza in the Fountains Plaza here in Plantation.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox, and we've made a late bullpen switch. We've
Switch
gone
at the
to
gate,
the bullpen.
as Defo likes to say.
Nick has given way to, I guess we could definitely say better half. I mean, he won't be offended. Angelique, welcome to your Lunchbox debut. You were just,
Like
talking to
coaching him
us
up.
during the break, singing all, basically being the pitch woman. And I was like, come on. And so, because you're right. There are a lot of pizza places out there. There, basically almost every strip mall.
No, she said
maybe
here they
has
have
one.
more than one. Like
Yeah.
openly, like
And why? What makes you different and better?
We wanted to bring high-end food to a pizzeria.
Right.
Interesting.
We wanted to make it accessible. You have all these nice high-end Italian restaurants that, you don't see this kind of food in regular just pizzerias. And almost every plaza has a pizzeria or two.
Yep.
So
Right. And can I go into critic mode now? Because, I used to be an award-winning critic. And some people still consider me
some do.
a refined arbiter of taste in terms of the food that's out there. And I only like getting associated with places that are doing things right. And when I met Nick, when I came in here, when I saw the operation, when I saw that pile of empty cannoli shells, I'm saying, if they're like squeezing them fresh, that means they're doing all the little touches right here. And I have taken a bite of almost everything here, some big bites too.
Yeah.
And let me just say this, that nothing has disappointed me. The level, like you said, the quality, this pasta fagioli soup
It's fantastic.
is very hearty and satisfying when the weather gets cold again. And even when the weather is
Right
warm,
now,
I like
it's
soup.
great.
There's some days when you're not feeling great, and soup just really soothes the soul.
Yep.
And especially when you could get it on a lunch special with some garlic rolls and a drink, and then the pizza, obviously high quality. The kind of gourmet pizzas. Both of these, that grandma slice when it comes right out of the oven, and it's crispy. Oh, there you go. Now he's trying to wreck my blood sugar, my A1C. I'm trying to keep it down. The carbonara pasta. I have not gotten into this, but I did take a bite of the. I can't believe $8.95. You can get chicken parmesan with the pasta, and it comes with garlic rolls and a fountain drink.
yes.
It seems like you got to be losing money on the deal. I'm not going to do the math. All I know is that as a value proposition, when I hear people always saying, this is too expensive, I can't believe how expensive it is to go out to eat these days. It's not too
everywhere.
expensive here.
Yeah.
This is a tremendous value. And so job well done.
Thank you. It's all him.
Yeah.
And my older kids. My older kids work here too.
Nice. And you have your young daughter here. And
Yes.
Is she going to get into the business? And because Nick, a lot of times people, when they have their parents that are in the food and restaurant business, sometimes they run the other way. But you guys seem to all embrace it. Huh?
Yeah. I think my 14 and my 15-year-old will each take over a location.
Mhm.
Hopefully our Boca location or Plantation location. Later on, the baby. She's still so little.
Give her a little time.
Yeah.
Child
She's-
laborers
yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, she's always here and we love it. The customers love her.
Oh, yeah. She's
and
cute as a button.
She makes ice cream
Nice.
out of Play-Doh, but eventually it will be real
yeah, she's
food.
trying.
Yeah.
That's the kind of ice cream I need now because that's, I think, low sugar, low fat.
There you go.
But your teens, are they already kind of working and bussing and doing some
Yeah.
prep
They-
work? Or
fully work the counter.
wow.
Yeah, they fully waitress.
I love places with that family vibe and family feeling. Hi. Oh, you got an ice cream sundae for me. Thank you very
Wow.
much. Here, I will try to dig in.
I think
Nah,
there's
I'll probably
candles
go.
in there. Look
We've
at you.
got the nice Play-Doh ice
That's
cream.
amazing.
But thank you. Um,
So how is it? And because we actually been involved with / go to a bunch of different places where it is family, and we love that, right? How do you guys sort of? She's saying happy birthday to you.
oh, thank you.
Like it feels like mom and pop kind of places like this, mom and pop. You guys are able to come together and not only work but then play and then combine the worlds. How does that work, and how has it been for you guys getting back in the restaurant game?
Well, I mean, I feel like kids need to learn the quality of good work and working hard for everything they have.
a work
so
ethic.
Yep.
we
Juliana is a waitress in training.
Look at her.
Actually, she's got good balance as she's bringing her plate
Exactly.
all
and
around.
we want to teach them that, so it's easy to have family work with us. I mean, that's my cousin. I have my nieces and my nephews work for us. I mean, and all the staff is family. They become family. We spend we spend most of our time here. They spend most of their time here. We've all become family.
And this allowed you to be closer, because sometimes
Yeah.
it can go either way, and it feels like you guys bonded around it.
Oh yeah. I mean, everybody's happy. The customers
That's
are always
interesting.
happy, so it's not like there's anything to fight about or.
Yeah, how could anybody get ticked off when they're around a ebullient, bubbly 4-year-old?
Exactly.
And the other thing is, it gives off a vibe that, hey, this is a family-friendly place. So
Exactly.
when I was in here the other day, I saw a whole bunch of fathers and sons after baseball practice,
Oh, yeah.
and the whole family show up, and it is that kind of atmosphere. It's not a snooty white linen place where
No.
you can have the kids here,
But you can still enjoy the same quality of food.
and that is the key. And
Yeah.
again, not just enjoy the same quality of food,
Same
but
type.
at much lower prices
yeah.
than you find at some of
Exactly.
the higher end Italian places in town. Again, a job well done. Speaking of the kids, did you see? Okay, we're going to branch off to something that was on the Let's Eat group, and I understand that you're on there a little bit.
I'm an addict.
Okay. We appreciate it.
You are not alone, and as I said, as we crossed the 150,000 member threshold last week, that warning: this group may be addictive and can lead to weight gain. So it's for me, I know it's always been a constant battle, but it is something that I'm astounded, because the group, like you said, you can't help but go on. Sometimes it's like a car crash. You can't help but look away.
Yeah, you
There's
have
some
to.
Yeah.
people are bickering at each other, but most of the time it's a great place, great resource to find out things.
For like, I understand like the viewers find out about restaurants, but we find out about issues that go on in
Interesting.
restaurants that we need to, when they talk about adding tax or adding
Right.
The service fees. Yeah.
the service fees and all of these issues that everyone brings up. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm
Right.
sending it to my manager, I'm sending it to my husband.
You raise a great point, because it can be
Yeah, I
a
never thought
very
about it like that.
useful tool for constructive criticism, or you see what people react to that you don't even necessarily realize
They
that
get
it would
ahead of
be
things
such
that
a
aren't
big
even
deal.
issues.
There was a huge issue where people were splitting the check, but they
Right.
were giving the full amount of tip on each person's check.
Right,
Oh,
as if it was
wow.
based on the full
Full-
total.
full
Right.
total. And we all use the same software.
Yeah.
And some of us are not aware that that's
Yeah,
happening.
that's
until
Oh,
a
it
wow.
conspiratorial
happens.
thing in the back room.
Yeah, it's a software.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder if ours does that.
And you looked?
Yeah, and I
Oh, it
looked,
does?
and it does it.
And
so
it
it's
does. So
something
did you
that
have to
we had to
readjust it?
retrain.
Oh, geez.
Or
Yeah.
tell
But
people.
that's super cool that you're cognitive of it. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
But that's because of the
The
And
group.
the group. So you know
Yeah.
what? We are doing a
It's
little
not
bit
all
of a
bad.
public
It's so
service.
even the bad venting.
So even
it's
even
still
the
good.
venting, and you know what? There's a perfect example the other day, and you're perfect, because it was on my show sheet about how on the group a couple of weeks ago, a woman who had been a longtime customer of Southport Raw Bar, and I love Buddy Sherman,
A former sponsor. of ours,
former sponsor, original of the when we were still on the Defo show on the radio, but Southport had a system in place. It's been there 50 years, but when it was crowded, which is always, they have a waiting list, and then they would call names over an intercom system. And this woman was bothered because her table was right beneath the,
Oh, I saw that.
the
Oh,
intercom,
geez.
right? And so she wrote this post saying, I've been going here and I loved it forever, but I had a splitting headache by the time we were done because there was a crowded Saturday night and they were calling people
Did
all
she
night
complain
long.
to them?
Well, she put it on there. Buddy, to his credit, follows the group, and he just
and he
posted
made a post, yesterday.
Yesterday, he posted that he took that criticism constructively, and they have now implemented a new system where they're no longer using the loudspeakers. They have now enrolled in an open table text system. So when people come in and there's a wait, they give the phone number, and then wherever people are hanging around, maybe it's at the bar, maybe it's just outside, they get a text when their table is ready. They're no longer shouting it over the PA system. And he says, fingers crossed. But I was just so blown away that, like you, that he monitored it. He didn't just say, oh, why didn't you come to me directly? He saw it. He took the note, and he made the adjustment. And hopefully it's going to lead to a better experience for all. So
I love it. I love the drama. I learned from the drama.
Well, you are my target audience. 150,000, and we're up to almost 2 million page views a month. It's unbelievable the amount of engagement.
People are involved.
The amount of people who comment, who get involved. Some people, most overwhelming majority are what they call the lurkers because they don't want to get into the fray. You do need thick skin. I have the thickest skin of all thanks to eating all this good pizza and pasta. And I have a good time. You take it in the spirit that's intended. And when I go around and I see people, and it's incredible to me because I get recognized more now than I ever did when I was at the newspaper, either as a sports columnist or as the food critic. Yesterday I was at our friends at Grandpa's picking up my Seder brisket, and a guy bumps into me. He goes, hey, I'm on the group. He goes, I can't believe the amount of crap that you have to deal with every day. And I was like, yeah, but
that's the industry.
It's not so bad. Exactly.
And, and I feel for everybody in the restaurant business because I am not nearly as diplomatic as y'all.
No way. One, you guys.
I love it though.
I think that's interesting because we find the negative posts so often get the reactions and the numbers and this and that. I find it interesting when most of the restaurateurs we do deal with embrace all of the group. And even the negatives that we're like, oh my God, we spend half of our show mocking the customer just because sometimes it's okay to not go online to bitch and moan. It's
provided great fodder for an entire podcast, which is a nice ancillary
But I appreciate that because we have other restaurateurs that do the same thing where they don't mind the negative stuff because they're like, you know what? You can learn from that as much as you can learn from the positives.
I learn. I try not to get, I have to make a fake Facebook page to get involved because people know what, I'm the equipment company. So I have, I work with all of the restaurants.
Burner pages.
Burner page. But then, a lot of people are very knowledgeable, but then there's some people who aren't.
Right. And you try to.
I want to correct them.
What we tell people, and what I always tell people is, instead of insulting others who might not know everything anything, focus on yourself and just say, if somebody says something that's patently untrue or totally out of left field, just say, I disagree. What I've found in my experience is this. So, but in any event, it is an adventure. I am so glad that you have gotten engaged and are passionate with the group because I am passionate and engaged with the whole local restaurant scene. I give you guys so much credit and props, and thanks for coming on today, and thank you and Nick for coming. I don't want to say to the rescue, but coming to kind of buy and reclaim a place that has been near and dear to this community since
the late 80s.
1987. And again, restaurateurs, sometimes they get older, sometimes they get sick, they can't keep up. It's like owning in a house, sometimes you got to downsize.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And restaurants are a young person's game, I think. And
you got to work. It's a full time. It's 7 days a week.
Hey, before we let you go, Angelique, two things. I think you do catering, right? And it's graduation season coming up.
Yes.
So can you just tell people a little bit about the catering operation? Well, no, you don't want to do that. I have that here.
This just feels like the perfect party food. Yeah. Right? You guys do wings.
And we
do pizza, you do sandwiches.
We love to be a part of everybody's occasions, everybody's holidays. Nick specifically, when there's a catering order, he handles it himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so again, if you want to, get some great, spectacular Italian food for your next party event, just go to StrombolisPizza.com is the website. and you could get all your information and probably place an order there, or give a call 954-472-2167 954-472-2167. That's the phone number here for the Plantation location, 801 South University Drive. And you've got a Boca location
We
as
do.
well. Yeah.
We
Is
do.
that similar to the? Is it?
It's exactly the same. We've
Okay.
had it 9 months, almost
Oh, wow.
almost a year.
Okay.
We took it over and changed everything. It's the same food, same menu, same everything.
Okay. And again, it's what's the? Do you know where it's
said
West
Yamato.
Boca?
Yamato and 441
Oh, okay. So it's West Boca,
West Boca.
441 Yamato.
So
And,
there are there again. I know you're already strapped for time and have a family and another business. Are there designs on opening Stromboli Pizza elsewhere? Because it feels like what you guys said, and Nick said repeatedly. You said it. You have to stand out. You have to stand out. And I'm like, you sure? Because a lot of the pizza places are all the freaking same. We could use more of you. I'm not pushing you, but
No, I think maybe when because my kids are 14 and 15, I think maybe when they're older,
And they're ready
it's
to-
something. But we still want to be able to have our hand over the restaurant and still be super, super involved. And we do have other restaurants that are not Stromboli's.
Yeah.
So I think it would be too hard for, the two of us to do it. But once my kids are older and they can run their own businesses, by all means,
that's amazing.
I would love to. As long as we're loved, I would open up 10.
That's,
Wow.
As long as we can handle it.
That's awesome.
You want it to still
And
feel like
I
this.
wanted to, we definitely want to be involved. My husband, I mean, he works the kitchen.
Yeah, he's cooking. I saw
on-
him.
Yeah. Yeah, he had
You know,
an
and
apron on when he
and
first
he'll
came
come
in.
from, this is his heart, this is his soul. Like he'll come here. So I don't want to spread him too thin.
Okay. And again, Stromboli's locations in Plantation and Boca Raton. We were talking because Nick was asking, what's the biggest, I guess, groups of people in the Let's Eat group? And I said, yeah, the 5 biggest cities represented. It's like Plantation is in the top 5. So is Boca Raton. And then, of course, you got Fort Lauderdale and Davie.
Yeah,
So
Fort Lauderdale's huge, I feel like.
surrounding area, you guys
This is right in
deliver.
the center of all of it.
Yeah.
Davey's right there.
And again, in-house delivery, catering. Look at this. It's not just you don't just pick up a pan of lasagna. They also, if you want, they provide bartenders, waitresses, hot
Oh,
plates,
wow.
anything you
And
need.
it's a huge menu.
It's a
like
huge menu. It's,
catering menu.
And the special, I still can't get over the fact that for $8.95 you can get this chicken parm with the pasta. That, as I said at the Seder table, Diano, which means it would have been sufficient if the $8.95 lunch special was just the chicken parm and the spaghetti.
Yeah, that's a great portion.
Diano, it would have been sufficient, but no, you throw in the fountain drink and the garlic rolls too. So that's crazy. Then, of course, you got your every night specials. It looks like every night of the week you got something going. Monday and Tuesday, we're on a Tuesday here. Extra large, 18-inch cheese pizza, $15.50.
Wow.
I imagine you could put some toppings on for extra, right? But you get that base $15.50 for the extra large cheese. Every day you could get 2 16-inch large cheese pizzas for $29.99. So
Ooh, that's
basically
amazing.
$15 each for 2 of them. You got wing specials every day.
That's
you
what
got,
one pizza costs.
yeah,
right
you-
now,
a
honestly.
lot of places. You get a
Honestly.
baked pasta dinner for $25, $24.99 with the choice of stuffed shells, ravioli, a baked ziti, complete chicken dinner. All the it's just incredible
and the
value.
specialty slice alone is a personal pie.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
It's literally a
It
personal
is.
pie.
It's sliced into 4 corners.
Oh, this is one slice?
This is one
That's
slice.
one slice.
That is one
I was
slice.
like-
It's a meal in a
I was
slice.
like, I mean, I don't eat a lot of food, but
It's
that-
all
I'm
good. Unbelievable. We're going to take one more break. So
Yes.
we'll have Nick
Nick
back
back.
on
Bounce
for
back
one
on.
final shot. And when he does that, I'm going to take half a cannoli. I'm going to give the other half
He's
to.
got his own.
I have my own.
Oh, he's got his own. Then I could
They
do
want-
a Mayo big
Yeah,
bite
they're
of a
trying to big bite
cannoli.
you a lot today.
Let's take our final break. But first, I got to talk about 954 Burger Month
Yeah.
is coming up in conjunction with our friends at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine
Well,
Festival.
they get out and they like to eat different stuff.
Yep.
Right in their warehouse.
954burgermonth.com is the website where you could learn more about all the great events and participating restaurants.
All the
It's
month
going to
of May.
be a celebration of the burger, an all-American classic. It is National Burger Month in May, but we're doing it up right in the 954 this year with Visit Lauderdale, and they've enlisted the services of one of my main men when it comes to burgers. That is Burger Beast
It's
Seth
a little
Gonzalez.
nickname, I mean.
He's going to be having a couple of big events, including on May 1st at Lauderdale Brewery And May 19th.
We're going to be there doing a live
we're
show.
going to do a live stream show from Lauderdale on May 1st. It's the kickoff event in the evening. Go online, 954burgermonth.com to get your tickets and the details. May 19th on a Sunday, Gilbert's, our friends and sponsors at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. And, I think they have some of the best burgers in town. They're going to be doing a Sunday party. They're usually closed on Sundays, but Burger Beast has
block party
convinced
kind of thing, right?
them to, open up on their one day off. And again, 954burgermonth.com, vlfoodwine.com. Go check it out. And it's going to be a great time. All right, let's take the final break, right?
Now we'll wrap things up from Stromboli Pizza here in Plantation.
Thank you so much. Prezzo Italian Restaurants, 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In garlic we trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're at Stromboli's
This was
Pizza.
fantastic, by the way.
This is great. This again, they call it
Chicken colored ensalada.
ensalada. It means it's got some diced tomatoes, some basil, some balsamic vinegar, some fresh mozzarella.
Thinly pounded chicken colored. Yep.
It's great. It's crisp. And, my apologies because we didn't even get to it while it was still hot. And let me tell you,
couldn't tell the
even when
difference.
it kind of cooled off a little bit, crisp. It's not soggy at all. It's delicious. It's vibrant. It's
Well,
a
the
perfect spring, summer dish.
The combinations of it reminds me of a bruschetta, but to me, a lot of the time, the bread absorbs everything and almost takes over everything. This, because of how thin the chicken is, but the crunch of the chicken, it almost interacts with everything really well. And the flavors combine more than overmatch each other. That was, my wife loves bruschetta, and I'm fine with bruschetta. I would get that a million times over bruschetta.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's more filling, and it could be a meal. You could even split it up, make it an appetizer. That's fantastic.
Yeah, 100 times out of 100, I'd rather have a pounded chicken cutlet as my base instead. No offense to bread and Italian bread, but I do like a good piece of chicken.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Meanwhile, all right. So we're going a little overtime today. I've got the classic critics plate here. Also, maybe when your daughter Juliana is done with the meal. I don't know if she cleans her plate, but again, if I were to eat everything in front of me, then my whole diet would be shot. So take 1 or 2 bites of
You
everything.
can take it home.
I could proclaim everything delicious, and I could take the rest home.
I don't know if they want you taking that home.
No, this
No,
I'm
you're
gonna,
gonna finish it
this
off.
I'm going to do a big bite. But first, before I get to it, Nick, I got to ask you one thing, because I came in here the other day. I was checking out the operation. Beautiful ovens. Those pizzas, when they come out hot and bubbly, they throw them in the box for takeout, delivery. I did see one that when we were growing up, they called it a desecration. The pineapple and ham pizza, the Hawaiian
Look at his
pizza.
face. He's like shrugging it off.
Personally,
It's not
how do you
his
feel about it? But I was also told that it's one of the biggest sellers, and you got to give the people what
My
they
wife
want.
and her parents love it.
Listen, it's a major big seller here in Plantation. Ham and pineapple Hawaiian is off the charts here.
It looked
We sell a
good.
lot of them.
I'm sure it's good. It's just
And
And the thing is, we use boar's head ham.
okay,
right.
good for you.
Nobody puts boar's head ham on their pizza. I guarantee you. Nobody does.
And
That's great ham.
all right, but personally, when you were growing up, what would your family have done if somebody like put a pineapple on a
We
pizza?
never heard of that.
Right. But times change. My daughter loves it. She orders it. I make a face, and then, my friend Carlos Frias, who is the James Beard Award-winning writer for the Herald,
2 times.
he plays around and makes pizzas at home. He did a kind of a sopressata, or was it maybe the prosciutto and pineapple pizza with a glazed pineapple? It looked freaking good.
We'll make you whatever you want. You want prosciutto on the pizza?
Yeah.
We'll make it.
But I've learned that I've got to stop being so judgy, as my daughter would
like
say.
Nick says, he thinks it'd be boring to just have cheese and pepperoni and sausage.
Yeah, and people love the sweet with the heat. If you put a little hot pepper flakes
Salty
with your
sweet.
pineapple and your ham, it's all good. There's no wrong answers. I'm
No.
done being the food police. But what I am not done with is eating
Eating.
this beautiful house-made cannoli.
Mike has a look. Mike has a look.
It looks good. Let me I really shouldn't eat the whole thing in one
Eat
bite.
it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, here we go.
Eat it,
We're
man.
going to cap off this edition. Well, before that, one more piece of business. Actually, 2 more pieces of business. So hold off there for a second, Lubie. I tell you what, I can't get away from it. But this Saturday, Regina's Farm, I'm co-hosting an event with the Red Meat Lovers Club,
Oh,
Evan
nice.
Darnell. It's going to be a Regina's Farm takeover. And usually, I don't know if you've heard of this place. It's the Brazilian kind of like a farm house.
They only do like a few dishes.
It's
or
a
whatever.
private house, a couple. It's Regina and Eddie, and they run a full dinner. It's once a week. They only do it 32 Saturdays a year, and there is like a 3 or 4 year waiting list. But thanks to Evan Darnell, they're having a fundraising event where you can cut the line. Think of it like a Disney Speed Pass, that you cut that 3 year waiting list out by just going online to selflessdinner.com or redmeatloversclub.com. You can get your tickets now, and you can get an extra $20 off the ticket prices by using the promo code RSVP. Again, there are some slots remaining. Usually you have to wait 3 or 4 years to get in there, but now you could go this Saturday night from 6 to 9:30, and it's going to be an extra meaty edition, more meats, more steaks, open bar, which they usually don't allow alcohol there, but this Saturday they will. There'll also be a cigar bar going. And it's all to benefit charity. The George Snow Scholarship Fund, they help fund some hospitality students. And so the auction items and some of the other things will be going towards the scholarship fund. Again, selflessdinner.com to get your tickets now. And RSVP is the promo code for extra savings. All right, now I'm going to go in. Nick, I hope you had fun. The hour flew by. It's actually an hour and 10 minutes. And here we go. We're going to end it all off with a nice
Come
dessert.
on, Mike. Put it in. There you go. One bite, Mike.
Mm.
Holy
no.
macro.
That's what the big
Holy
gross.
macro.
You're gonna choke and be gross at the same time. You're
That's
licking your
unbelievable.
finger.
It had to be good.
I'll do it. Be sure to enjoy every sandwich. Oh my God, I can't believe
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Jules retired.